This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and it's that time of year again, 2019, back to school laptops. I would say, gee, I'm sorry kids, but hey, probably the most fun part about back to school is actually getting a new laptop, isn't it? So I'm focusing on high school and college here, so the post-Chromebook years, not for grade school, not for kindergarten, all that sort of thing. And, you know, it could be easy to do a who's who list of the most expensive, obviously top of the line laptops that you could buy. But hey, I know people have budgets here, and while on our channel we usually go cover the laptops that are $750 and up, so not the really most affordable laptops. I'm still going to try to throw in as many of the more affordable and not the top of the line models, though of course some of them will get a mention. First up, for the affordable and good God, Swiss Army knife of laptops, there's the Dell Inspiron line, particularly the 5000 and the 7000 line. 5000 line is less expensive, and what you're losing there, generally speaking, is not quite as classy looking a chassis, a little bit heavier, and some of the higher end options like a 4K display aren't available unless you go to the 7000 series. Now, for years I've actually recommended the Inspirons because they are built really strong, so that's great for backpack life. You don't have to be super careful with them. They're also available in myriad sizes. You want 13-inch, you want 14-inch, you want 15-inch, you want 17-inch. Maybe you want the two-in-one version for the 13 or the 15-inch. There are Inspirons out there for all of you. So an Inspiron 15 5000 series starts at around $449. Now that's with a Core i3 inside. Now let me give you a piece of general advice. No matter what laptop you buy, do opt for the Core i5 or Core i7 if you want and you have the money. See, Core i3s are dual core. The Core i5 and Core i7 and Intel 8th and 9th generation CPUs are all quad core. So significant performance jump without much of an upcharge going from a Core i3 to a Core i5. Now if you really want to go down with a Dell Inspiron, there's the Dell Inspiron 7013 2-in-1 Black Edition that we just reviewed, which basically takes all the highest end options pretty much and throws them into one 13-inch 2-in-1 with rotating hinges. It's a very nice laptop, certainly, and that one is around $1,150. Then there's the HP Envy 13, the 2019 edition that we just reviewed. That's a premium clamshell design laptop available with a touchscreen, but the price is really attractive. It starts around $750. You get a metal chassis, very slim, very light. It still has legacy ports. Definitely one to look at. Next up, gaming laptops, which isn't just for gamers. It's for those of you who are going into engineering work, 3D rendering, and design work, because you get a lot of horsepower and you get a lot of cooling without paying for the premium look of a more business-oriented laptop like, say, the Dell XPS 15 or mobile workstations that Lenovo offers. So yeah, and if you do game, a bonus there, as long as you're okay with gamery kind of looks. So word of advice for gaming laptops if you're price conscious: 8th generation versus 9th generation, there's very little difference. If you can get the 8th generation and a significant cost savings, do go for it. When it comes to graphics cards, the RTX 2060 is more than enough if you're mostly doing this for schoolwork and not so much gaming, and it's not bad for gaming either. The RTX 2070 is really awesome if you're into first-person shooters and really demanding games like Assassin's Creed or Far Cry, those sort of games. The RTX 2080, and this typically is how NVIDIA rolls, is the highest end GPU, and it's often going to cost you $400 or $500 more, and it's not such a great value therefore. It's more for affluent enthusiasts who really just want the best. So starting at the lower end, but still has a good deal of horsepower, is the Acer Predator Helios 300. You get a full HD 144 Hz display for $1,150. You get a 9th gen CPU and a GTX 1660 Ti, which will get you gaming and it'll certainly accelerate your Blender renders and all that sort of thing, even if it's not a top-of-the-line GPU. Likewise, there's the Dell G7, which starts at around $1,049 or so. That one with a GTX 1660 Ti, a bit less RAM, a bit less SSD than the Acer though. So the Acer, if you're really being frugal, is the wiser buy just based on money alone. They're both very good laptops, and you can go up higher with that Dell. You can go up to an RTX 2060, for example, or even an RTX 2070 Max-Q. Now, for those of you who hate Max-Q, and that's a dirty word to you, and you want that full graphics power, there's the MSI Raider series, the GE63 and the GE75. One's 15-inch, one is 17-inch. And that'll start you at about $1,600 to $1,650. And there you get full RTX graphics. For example, you get RTX 2070, not Max-Q. A lot of horsepower, still very thin and light, and all the gaming bells and whistles that you want, and expandability. And the fact that it's not a super, super skinny chassis means that the thermals on are actually better than a lot of the very skinny laptops like the MSI GS Stealth series, for example, or the Asus ROG Zephyrus S. Lastly, if money is no object, there is the Razer Blade 15 Advance. It is expensive. I mean, you're talking $2,000 and up, but boy, it's beautiful to look at. It's built like a tank. It has upgradability with RAM slots and SSD, very good display options on there, and better than average thermals for a gaming laptop. And it's a very compact 15.6-inch laptop, too. It's certainly sweetness if you can afford the cost of entry. Now, speaking of those need more horsepower types out there, engineering, you're doing CAD and all that sort of thing. Of course, there is the Dell XPS 15, the new 7590. We have it in-house. We will be reviewing it very soon. Same chassis as the last gen. You could save money and go with the last gen if you didn't want quite the updated GPU-ness of the new model. And there's things like the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Extreme. And these are expensive, and the Lenovo P series as well for more of the mobile workstation and the business laptop kind of crowd. But we're talking starting at $1,500 and going up to $2,500 if you really want to max these guys out. While we're talking about the more expensive models, so you're a class act. Get it? I know that was bad. There's that XPS 15. There's also the HP Spectre X360 Gem Cut models available in 13 and 15-inch sizes. Gorgeous premium looks, 4K display options. Not wide gamut, standard gamut, but still very good. Pen support, convertible 360-degree hinges. Likewise, for those of you who like the way Lenovo rolls a little better, there's the X1 Carbon 7th Gen that we have in for review. We'll be covering that one soon, too. The X1 Yoga, and again, that X1 Extreme. For those of you who are now saying, dude, did you say this was going to be light in my backpack? There's the LG Gram line. There really is nothing like the Gram, named Gram because, well, they're basically around or under a kilogram, some of them. Now there's a 17-inch model, which we reviewed if you like a big screen. Then there's a 15-inch model. Then there's a 13-inch model. Exceptionally light Ultrabooks with Ultrabook 15-watt processors inside and Intel integrated graphics like you would expect from an Ultrabook. Really nice, and depends on the size that you're going to get, but $1,500-ish is around the starting price for those models. Crazy, crazy light and very good laptops. Then there's the whole Surface thing. I know Surface laptops are pretty popular with students, and the Surface Laptop 2 is a pretty nice laptop, especially if you can get that free upgrade from Windows 10 S to the full edition of Windows. And it starts at $999, so the price is not horrifying. And you get a Core i5 for that, too. You probably want to spend a little bit more, maybe get a bigger SSD, but you do get a high-resolution display there, and pen support, though. This is not a convertible, the Surface Laptop 2, so it might be a little awkward using that pen, but still, a very good laptop, no bloat. You get the idea. And then there's the Surface Pro 6. It used to be Surface Pros were really expensive products, but they seem to be chronically on sale. Microsoft really wants everybody to have one. And right now for $999, you can get a bundle for the Core i5 model with a type cover. And if you want to move up from the, not really impressive 128 gig SSD to a 256 gig SSD, that's $99 with the type cover in the bundle. So this one is great for students who do a lot of note-taking, obviously, or maybe your graphics art and you want to draw. You want something super portable and super light. Think LG Gram, but more tablet-centric, pen-centric, though it makes a good laptop, too. Now, the Surface Book 2 models, the 13.5-inch and the 15-inch model, they're still very nice. It's been a while since Microsoft updated them. They are on Intel 8th generation CPUs, so they are by no means outdated, but I would kind of wait as an investment, to see what they're going to bring with the next generation at this point, just because it's been a while. Lastly, you're a Mac. Well, the good news is the 13-inch MacBook Pro base model got a refresh for $1299, on sale sometimes for $1199 in places like Best Buy already. You get the Touch Bar now. You get a True Tone display. You get more horsepower than you get with the MacBook Air. If there's anything that you could call a bargain in Apple's Mac lineup, it would be the 13-inch base MacBook Pro. And it's still not a super, super bargain. You probably want to spend a little more and get a bigger SSD. It starts with 128 gig SSD, for example, but it's a very nice laptop if you love Mac OS, and there are things to like about Mac OS, including one of my favorite reasons as somebody who does digital art on the side. They handle high-resolution display scaling really well if you use external monitors. The color management is really good on it. It's not going to make you bang your head if you're using a wide gamut external display or something like that. They're very nice. And if you really need that horsepower, back to mobile workstation thing, there is the 15-inch MacBook Pro too. Of course, you will have to live with the non-upgradable chassis and those butterfly keyboards. That's the way Apple's going to roll for the rest of this year, it looks like. Maybe they'll introduce a new keyboard later this year. We'll find out. So there you have it, some of the best back-to-school laptops. If you're watching this, especially your parents, and your favorite laptop wasn't mentioned, that's because it's a great time actually to be a laptop buyer. There are so many really good laptops out there in any given competing price point that it's not an easy choice. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more cool tech videos, and thumbs up if you like this vid.